Hey guys, you're here with Death by Rage Quit. We're going to talk a little bit about Volibear today. Let's start out by just giving him a rating, okay?
I gave him a 9 out of 10.
I actually kind of liked him the few times I played him, but I would have to say 8.
8?
I gave him an 8 just because, I mean, I like him, but I'm more of a melee person than tank, so.
Cool.
I gave him a 5 because I didn't play him all that much, so I can't give too biased of an opinion. So
Okay, that's cool. All right, let's start with some strengths. Again, I'm kind of coming from the angle of playing against him. Okay, it seems like this week I just haven't had time to play him too much. He seems like a pretty good champion, though. I've seen some people do pretty well with him. What do you guys think some of his strengths are?
I would say his passive is a very big strength of his. That extra 30% health regen after 6 seconds, that can make or break a fight right there. It's make or break a fight. It's just awesome.
I really liked his Q. Just because you can throw champions back, it's just like, oh, you're running from me. Nah.
Or if you're about to die, you can just rage quit and toss them over you.
Yes. See, I found,
Death by Rage.
like I said, his Q, like Bobby said, his Q, I think, is a strength. Because, especially in team fights, because, like, if, like, you're starting to push them back or to instigate it, you just run in there, oh, hey, look, I pick you, throw them back into your guys, and they're dead.
And they converge on him and then just go to the
next one. If your teammates know to do that, because our first game, I threw them back, and no one went for someone else.
I have a rebuttal for that, okay? You can't, even though you're playing Volibear and he's a good tank, you can't just run in there against 3 or 4 champions and toss them back and expect everybody else to run in and kill that one champion.
I know, but I threw him into the turret. The turret targeted him. And I'm like, get him, and y'all are like, no.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I think one of its main strengths is flexibility. You can either go tag damage or you can go ability power with him.
That is true.
And so he's a very flexible champion in that term.
You could actually build health with him as well because of his W with his frenzy. Because that 15% bonus health for the extra attack can do quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, I know that.
If a guy's just starting to play him, how would you recommend that you build him?
Honestly,
tanky?
80 tank.
You would say 80 tank?
I'd say
I would say
damage tank.
Yeah, that would do.
Are we talking about, like, item builds, too?
No, just how you build him in general.
I would, for his
they're
abilities?
going, well, think of masteries as well, because that's probably going to impact
I use my AD
you
masteries in runes.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go into runes because some people aren't level 20.
Yeah.
But what I did was I got all the 3 main abilities first, and then I did what Kevin told me to do, which was get his W up to level 3.
When in doubt, listen to these two.
Would you go with him mainly? Because I saw your frenzy do a ton of damage.
I mainly went, I started off with Frozen Mallet, and then next thing I built was Warmogs. And that extra 1,700 hit points makes a big difference in game.
That's what I basically did too. I built the Frozen Mallet first. I also threw in a Berserker Grave, the shoes for attack speed. For some attack speed, and then the Warmog after that. Yeah. I haven't gotten to a full build with him though yet. Every game ended too short.
What I've seen, one of our friends, Jax over there, he got a Zephyr. And I actually looked at it, and I thought that was a good thing to build for Volibear. 50% attack speed, 20 attack damage, 10 movement speed, and 10% cooldown reduction. Plus the truancy or tyrant, I don't know where it is, for the for slows and stuff. To
tenacity.
Make them tenacity. Yes.
Which
slow that down.
With Volibear, most of the time you're really dependent on that cooldown. You're like waiting for you to like, come on, E, or like WWW, come on.
Mainly that W is for me.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it never comes at the right time. That's like most of the time when I had you at low health, I was like, "Come on, W."
Yeah.
And then you'll kill me right at 1 second. I was like, "Darn."
So I think that's a good lead in to weaknesses. Is his cooldown probably his biggest weakness? Because I saw somebody else say that as well.
Yeah. I don't know if his passive affects with the cooldown reduction. I think it should. Yeah. If it doesn't, oh well. You got that cooldown reduction for your W and your Q and your E and R.
Cool. Anybody else? What about some other weaknesses? Cooldown, he's cooldown dependent. So
I would also say he's kind of slow if you don't have any boots.
Yeah. Because at the start of our match, completely forgot boots, and you were just catching up to me so fast.
Yeah.
Strengths? His ult.
His ult, pretty much sparks.
I don't think if they're new players watching this, they won't know what Sparks is.
I know they won't know what Sparks is.
Well, now you got to explain us that you brought it up.
There used to be an item called Iconic Spark, which increased your attack speed. I think your attack damage, didn't it?
No, not attack damage.
And it also had a passive that did a chain lightning effect.
Every fourth hit.
Oh. And they turned that into Static Shiv. So there you go. If you want Sparks, it's Static Shiv now.
Yeah.
Cool. So you recommending that item for him? Is that what you're saying?
I will recommend that item because his ultimate does have that same effect, the whole chain lightning.
Yeah, it's every hit.
And if you have Static Shiv, you can just do the chain attacks more, which makes farming a lot easier.
Yes. It will make farming a lot easier on you.
Cool.
Isn't it in like a build guide that you look up?
The recommended?
Yeah, the recommended.
Static Shiv, I don't think so.
I thought it was.
Static Shiv is hard
before.
Static Shiv is hardly ever in the recommended build.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, before we get too far in, I heard some of you guys bring up ability power, some of you guys bring up attack damage. For me, that would be a little bit confusing. Okay, so which way would you guys lean to build it in?
I'm going AD.
AD?
Yeah, I would lean.
It really depends on your play style, though.
True.
Me, I like high damage output with my skills because that's what I usually use in fights.
It depends on what you want for your role. Like, if you want to do massive amounts of damage in the team fights, I would go AP because his ult stacks with the AP.
Okay.
It really depends on what you want to go.
Okay.
Yeah, plus also his E and his R both run off of ability power, and your W and your Q don't. So it really, like they said, it all depends on what you want to build.
Okay.
I recommend attack damage.
Okay. All right. That's good. All right. Let's go into the role play situations. Okay, I have 3 champions here. You guys come up against these champions. What do you do whenever you're playing Volibear? Fiora. We'll start with there.
With Fiora, I would actually initiate with Q to throw her back, so she can waste probably one of her abilities. Like I think you can make her waste her ult if you Q her right before she hits. And I would do E and then wait for his W to come up and then just W.
You can still move while she's ulting you, right?
Yes, you can still move.
So while she's ulting you, you could just basically run back to your team with your Q.
True.
I mean,
but you're not going to want to do it because if she bounces between your teammates, that does even more damage.
True.
Yeah.
That would probably be a bad idea. Never mind.
Don't
scratch that one off. All right.
No listening to him.
She's damage, right?
Yeah, she's pure damage.
Yeah,
she's a tank killer.
Yeah, so I mean, if you do the Q at the wrong time and she you flip her back and then she uses her ult, I mean, you basically kind of just screwed yourself.
Yes, you did.
Because all of a sudden now you flipped her back and she's between you and your teammates and your turret.
Well,
true.
And you just wasted your one way to get away.
With every single fight, there's always those game-defining moments.
Yeah.
Basically, it's always the initiation or whatever. With Fiora, her strengths are mostly chasing down because she has a built-in flash with one of her abilities. She has her ultimate, which deals a lot of damage. And I've never played her, so I don't know all that much about her. I just know that whenever me and Kevin were playing as Riven and Warwick, she killed us like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty high damage. All right, what about Teemo? My favorite champion. Not really my favorite champion, but that's the champion I started out with.
He has the escapability because of his movement speed.
Yeah. I would actually wait to use your Q on Teemo until he starts running away.
I would start with the E and then the W.
Yeah.
E to slow him, and then W do your damage, and then when he starts trying to get away after he's slowed, use the Q to throw him back over you, and you're like, you're dead.
There's only one problem I have with the Q, though. There's no guarantee that you're going to catch the enemy.
Yeah, but you get that 45% movement speed when you're chasing an enemy or running towards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only problem I have with Q.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I would lane swap on that going against the Teemo. He's going to harass you until every time you Q, he's going W and run away.
Yeah,
Right.
But if you make him waste the W when you slow him.
Yeah,
but then he Qs you and you're blinded and you can't do any attack damage.
True.
He's just one of those.
Very tough matchup.
Or he can run you into his shrooms if you're chasing him.
Yeah,
I would lane
that's
swap or
annoying.
call in ganks often.
Don't do Teemo shrooms. They're not good for you.
All right, what about Malphite?
Malphite, it's literally just tank versus tank, just see who comes out in the end, I would think.
That's
Whoever
what I
has the higher attack damage or ability power, I guess.
Or health.
I think most of the time, I think Volibear would come out on top.
Yeah, Volibear would because of his W, honestly.
He's the better. He's on the better end of the tanks.
Yeah. He can put out more damage, I think, than a lot of other tanks can. So
Yes.
And the main problem in Malphite is mostly AP when Volibear can go either attack damage or AP.
Yeah.
True.
So he's going to have to try and resist your magic or your attack damage, and he can't do both.
Or if you really want to, you could build hybrid and do a little bit of both, and
Yeah.
he has no choice.
Yep.
Unless he wants to
I
build.
will say something about the little hybrid thing. I have seen a lot of people try and do that. It fails miserably, though. Because for some odd reason, it's like the AI of the champion doesn't know what to do. Like, you're basically confusing the computer.
you talking?
Not bot matches. I'm talking about like the actual abilities. Like, let's say if I built attack damage and ability power with Nidalee, I don't really think it would really work too well.
No, not anymore.
Yeah.
Because
Just doesn't
It's
scale
just-
right.
yeah,
Doesn't
it just
get-
doesn't
I
balance
can
out
see
the way
that.
you want it to.
Right. Okay.
If I think right, you have to get more. If you want to balance AD and AP, you have to build more AP than AD to balance out.
Yeah.
The items for AP have more than AD items. That's all I know.
Yeah.
All right, final thoughts. We have about a minute left. Do you guys have any other things you want to add about Volibear?
He's really fun to play.
I liked him.
Greatest moment ever is going up against another Volibear. If y'all queue each other at the same time, it's just like
Yeah. Just sling each other. You're like, where? Oh, there he is.
I was watching that earlier. It was pretty fun to watch, just seeing them throw each other, and it was fun. Yeah, so I could see him being a pretty fun champion.
yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
Also,
good champion overall.
If you have just thought about this with your ult, if a champion's running away and they're almost dead, but you can't use your Q to run after him, you
Hit a
can ult and then start hitting minions because it can bounce up to that champion that's running away.
So basically, it could be like Yee's Q, where you just like bounce through everybody.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
it's like a long distance melee attack.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's what it is.
All right. So again, we'd like your feedback about what we're doing here. We'd like to hear from you, and we want to find ways to improve this. So we thank you for watching. We'll talk to you guys later.